Selling behind been on the macho like Randy. The chopper go out to the granny. This nigga pull up your bandit. The killers understand it.
Hello YouTube, my name is Burger Bro, and today I'm going to be talking about my favourite heroes in each class in Overwatch. Now let's start off with the offense heroes. My favourite offense hero is Reaper. Now Reaper, he is a very strong character because he's not very ability reliant. Tracer is very ability reliant. She relies on her blinks and recalls. However, Reaper shotguns can do insane damage up close. If you're a Reaper player, you will practically win any 1v1 when you get enough practice. Now let's go on to his passive. His passive, if an enemy dies, he doesn't have to kill them. Reaper doesn't have to kill them, by the way. They drop their soul, and if Reaper walks over it, he can get health. This is extremely helpful when you're low on health and you've just killed someone, but they've taken away your health. You can walk over and pick their soul up, and so that means hopefully you have enough health to try and find another health pack to get your health back up to full. Now, second of all are his other abilities. Wraith form. He goes invulnerable for a short time. He can't shoot his guns, but the enemy can't damage him. This is very good for moving across choke points where the enemy is very likely to snipe you down. So, use this to your advantage. And finally, Reaper's other ability, Shadow Step, is teleportation. Basically, he marks a place on the map and he teleports there. This is very helpful when trying to get into position to prepare your ultimate, which is Death Blossom. Reaper does a 360 and shoots shotguns in the 360, and he is deadly. He will do insane damage. Now, you can do this and walk over soul globes to do this. Therefore, because your movement speed is slowed when you use Death Blossom. But also, when you shadow step up to a high vantage point, you can jump down and go and Death Blossom everyone in your path. So that's why I love Reaper, and he is my favourite offense hero in the game, and also my favourite hero in the entire game. Now, let's move on. Now, my favourite tank hero in the game is Roadhog. Now, Roadhog's primary weapon is extremely powerful because it can take away extreme chunks of health at long range, but also able to whittle away large chunks also at a distance with his ult fire. But when Roadhog's primary really shines is when he uses his hook ability, where he brings the enemy closer. Now it stuns them for a short time. If you use the hook and then shoot, you will kill any hero that isn't a tank at full health. Any hero apart from a tank that's at full health, obviously. But if the tank's at low health, you will kill them. The hook and shoot, that's what I'm going to call the combo, is ridiculously powerful. See what just happened in the gameplay? It is powerful. You win them close and you can just do insane damage. Now, he also has another ability called Take a Breather. What he does here is he sits down and can regenerate up to 300 health. So that means about 75% of the time, you're going to be at full health when using this. Because your max health is, guess what? 600. You heal half of your health in 3 seconds, which is just insane. Can you believe that? Anyways, he also has his ultimate ability called Whole Hog. He puts a thing on his gun and he goes ham. And yes, pun intended, he knocks everything back miles away. This is very useful when trying to get people off the payload. And if you back an enemy into a corner, it can do insane amounts of damage. So, Roadhog, a very useful tank. He's my favourite tank in the game. And now, let's move on. Okay, up next is my favourite defense hero in the game, and that is Junkrat. Now, Junkrat's primary grenade launcher, it can do insane, I know I say that a lot, that's just ridiculous amounts of damage. They explode after 3 bounces, so you can pretty well time them and see when they're going to explode. Now you can use this and shoot them, bank them over walls, so that you can damage enemies without actually having to see them. And next, he has his concussion mine. Now, his concussion mine is it's just insane. Throw it at someone and then detonate it. It does ridiculous amounts of damage, honestly. Unless you're fighting against a tank, you'll pretty much one-shot them. It does. It's just so powerful. Next is very useful. It's his trap, steel trap, and if a hero lands in it, simple, they are trapped there for a couple of seconds, but letting you or your teammates come in there and finish them off. Now, this is very good when fighting against people like Tracer or Lucio, who are very quick. Trapping them means they cannot run about, obviously, and so you get easy free kills. Sorry, burp. And now finally, Junkrat's ultimate ability, Riptire. He sits down and you take manual control of your tire, which will explode and do insane damage. Now, here's a big one. Junkrat's Riptire, in my opinion, is one of the toughest to use ultimates in the game. When you start using a Riptire, you are locked in place. You cannot move. You are moving the tire. But if Junkrat is killed, the actual Junkrat, not the tire, is killed, the tire will still move by itself. It won't stop the tire. But the tire has a timer for when it explodes. If you don't detonate it within the timer, it will. If you don't do it within the timer, it will just explode but not do any damage. You have to trigger it to do the damage. And wait, just 1 minute. Here's a tip for all ultimates in the game. If you can get 2 or more kills in the ultimate, use your ultimate. Don't wait for those like 6-man kills or 5-man revives as mercy. As long as you can just revive 2 people or kill 2 people with your ultimate, then it's worth it. Because with 2 kills, you are wiping out a third of the enemy team. Yes, because there are only 6 heroes in Overwatch. Yeah, and look at this Riptire. Boom. See? Riptire can be really well, and it can just kill loads of people. So that was Junkrat, my favourite defense hero. And now, let's move on to the support. Okay, next up is support, and my favourite support hero is actually Ana. However, I couldn't find any free to use Ana gameplay, so my second favourite is Zenyatta, my third favourite is Mercy. But not to worry, Zenyatta is still an amazing support hero because he can do insane bursts of damage. Now, first of all, he can use his balls and attack his enemies. Second of all, he can volley orbs, charge up to 5 balls, and just chuck them at one person for a big burst of damage. Next we have his Orb of Harmony. Now, you put this on someone, they get healed. The Orb of Harmony only wears off if you pick a new target or you lose sight for 5 seconds. This can be used to heal for a short amount of time before you pick a new target. Next you have the Orb of Discord. Now the Orb of Discord, what that does is, if you apply it on someone, they take more damage. So, like right there, they just killed a Reaper. The Orb of Discord can be a great asset to your team. Also, you can kind of cheat with it. If you apply an Orb of Discord to someone, you can see them through walls. But eventually the orb will wear off because you have to keep sight on them for at least 5 seconds. Otherwise, the orb wears off and you can't see them anymore. But anyways, your team can see them through walls as well. So it is really handy, the Orb of Discord against enemies, and same thing with the Orb of Harmony. So Zenyatta, a very good support hero, in my opinion, one of the most offensive support heroes. Maybe Symmetra would be the first one. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video of my favourite heroes in each classes in Overwatch. And I hope you all have a great day. Goodbye.
Be real.